What if the next time you looked up from your phone, reality itself had an upgrade? Because that's where we're headed, and today we're gonna talk about it. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be diving into a topic that's been quietly evolving behind the scenes. It's actually starting to pick up some real momentum right now. Can you guess what it is? I actually talked about it a couple weeks ago. Augmented reality, or AR for short. Now at first glance, AR might seem like it's just a gimmick. Face filters, mobile games, maybe some furniture shopping apps. But here's the thing. That's where we are right now. The real magic, that's still coming. So in this video, I'm gonna break it down into 3 things. What AR looks like today in 2025, what it could evolve to over the next 5 to 10 years, and what it means for the way we learn, work, play, and connect in the future. Let's get into it. So I think it's best if we go ahead and ground ourselves first. And what I mean by this is, what does AR look like in 2025? For most people, it still lives in your phone, your tablet, or if you're an early adopter in some of the very first real headsets. Think things like the Apple Vision Pro. Meta's Orion, they have a prototype that they're working on right now, and Snapchat's got some augmented glasses. These are all early, they're not quite there yet, but they're the beginning of what's coming. And for most of us, AR today means apps like Pokemon Go. Still one of the biggest AR games on the planet right now. You're literally catching virtual creatures in your real world neighborhood. You could also think of IKEA. IKEA lets you put furniture in your house before you even have it. Or Google Maps Live View, which overlays directions right on top of the street in front of you. And here's a big one. Social media. I know. You might not think so, but we're talking about Snapchat filters, TikTok effects, Instagram AR lenses. Billions of people are using these every day and they're not even thinking about it. That's AR too. Retail is another growing area. Virtual try-ons for clothes, shoes, glasses. You can see how a pair of sneakers looks on your feet before you even buy them. And sports. That yellow first down line we've all been looking at for the past few decades, that's AR. It's baked right into the game. They're clever, they're fun, and sometimes they're genuinely useful. But let's be real, the AR we have today is still screen-based. It's not part of our daily lives, and is still stuck in that early adopter phase. So the question is, where are we heading now? So we're gonna go ahead and fast forward 5, 10 years. This is where things start to get exciting, because AR won't just live on your phone anymore. It's gonna be living in the wearables. Think glasses, or maybe even contact lenses further down the road. They're gonna be lightweight, stylish, everyday devices. Imagine you're just traveling a new country. You're wearing your AR glasses, someone's speaking another language, and instantly you see subtitles right in your field of view, or you're working on the go. Instead of staring at your tiny laptop screen, you got an entire virtual workspace floating in the air. Spreadsheets, notes, emails, all arranged exactly how you want them. Anywhere. On the train, in a cafe, even in bed. That's the shift I'm talking about. From novelty to infrastructure. Just like smartphones, just like Wi-Fi. It's not a feature anymore. It's a layer. A layer on top of real life. Now some of this stuff already exists in a very rough form. But the hardware still needs really big improvements. And we're talking about battery life, which is a huge problem today with the lithium batteries that we have. We have the field of view, the processing power, the comfort of what you're wearing, and yeah, major privacy concerns. But give it 5 to 10 years. This could feel as normal as checking your phone. So on this channel, I really like to focus on the social aspect. So one area I'd really like to zoom in is on the social experiences that we'll be experiencing in the future. Right now, AR is giving us little pockets of shared fun, maybe a Snapchat filter, multiplayer games, things like that. But in the future, just imagine this. You're at a concert, you're wearing your AR glasses, the music's blasting, and suddenly, lyrics are just floating across your field of view. Visual effects are syncing perfectly with the beat. You're voting in real time for the encore song. Kind of like American Idol, but happening at Coachella. Yeah, I'm showing my age a little bit. But here's the kicker. Your friends across the country, they're at home, watching through a live stream, and you're still seeing their reaction. Right there in front of you. Like they're standing right next to you. No phone in your hand, no screen in the way. You're just in it. And this doesn't stop at concerts. Think about sports for a second. You're courtside at a basketball game, and instead of just watching it, you see live player stats hovering over the court. You can track your fantasy team in real time or call plays with friends in the stands. AR turns a passive experience into an interactive one, and that's really how the game's gonna change. And that's bigger than just fun. That's the whole new way of connecting with people. Because the real theme here, it's not just cool tech. It's gonna be about how tech reshapes how we actually interact with one another. But we don't have to stop at concerts or sports. I want you guys to think about trade sports. Instead of just handing out brochures, every booth could have its interactive 3D demos just floating in the air. Remote work, but augmented. Instead of Zoom fatigue, you're sitting down in a virtual meeting room. Then you can have those boring meetings in augmented reality. Life-size holograms of your coworkers right next to you. Whiteboards, sticky notes, design files, all floating around the space. You don't just join a call, you step into the workplace. In education, this is where AR is gonna get powerful. This is where I'm actually most hopeful. Instead of reading about the human cell, you'll literally actually be walking through one. Zoom into the nucleus, see how the proteins move, or imagine a history class. You're standing in a town square and watching a World War II battle play out exactly where it happened. Suddenly, history isn't something you have to memorize, it's something you can actually experience. Teachers could design adaptive AR lessons, tailored to each student's pace, changing in real time. That's a game changer. And all of this, it's not science fiction anymore. It's just a question of when. Now let's get real for a second. The hardware today, it's still super clunky, still expensive, and definitely not something you're gonna be wearing all day. But companies are pushing this fast. Glasses that look just like regular ones, lighter components, better AI on device, tighter integration with your phone and the cloud. We're in this transition phase right now, and it's kind of like the early 2000s for those of us that experienced it. When phones were still clunky and chunky. Remember those? Yeah, that's AR right now, but by 2030, we could be in a full smartphone replacement territory. It's not all fun and games though. And there's some risks that we're gonna have to talk about because they're real. Privacy is already a concern today, and AR classes could be recording everything that you do. Your conversations, surroundings, daily life. That's next level data collection. And I don't know if we're ready for it. Are we? Then there's that overstimulation, right? Everything is overlaid all the time. Does it actually make life easier or just more distracting? And here's another angle we don't talk about enough. Mental health. We already struggle with constant notifications. Endless scrolling, FOMO from social media. Now imagine if all that was overlaid in the real world. There's a fine line between enhancing reality and escaping from it. And if AR blurs that line too much, it could be a mess with how we focus, how we feel present, and even how we connect with each other face to face. And finally, the digital divide. If only certain people or countries have access to this tech, the gap between the haves and have-nots could get even greater. So yeah, AR has its huge potential. But it's not about what's cool. It's about what's responsible, what's ethical, what's inclusive. And no, I do not mean that word in a political sense. And what's sustainable. Now here's my final thoughts. The bottom line is AR today, it's pretty good. AR tomorrow, potentially world changing. But how it changes the world, that depends on us. Developers, creators, consumers. Because 5, 10, 15 years from now, AR won't just be something we use once in a while. It will be part of how we live. Like smartphones, like the internet, like electricity. And my whole point on this channel is simple. Technology is never just about tech. It's about people, and it's about how we use it, and how it changes the way we interact with each other. So what do you think? Are you excited about where AR is heading? Or do you feel like it's a little bit too much, too fast? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace!